Well, a very good afternoon from Phuket, and this is a little bit of an unplanned live video. I haven't planned it. I've actually planned to come down here and take some pictures rather than doing video, but as you can see, or as I was just showing, it's such a beautiful day here on the island of Phuket. The weather's really picked up. Let me just adjust the gimbal a little bit because it's a little bit too high. I just couldn't help myself. I'm really enjoying doing these live videos a lot more than the pre-recorded stuff. I'm not quite sure why. I know the live videos aren't the same quality as the pre-recorded stuff, and I'm very aware of that, but I just find the live stuff just easier to do. I don't know why, I'm just finding it a lot easier to do, and it just means that I can grab my camera or my phone, because obviously I'm doing it from my phone, and just bring you moments like this. I mean, just look, let me change the camera because I know the front facing one is not quite as good, and I can just bring people moments like this. I mean, the sky, absolutely phenomenal today. Beautiful. The weather, oh, just beautiful. Well, if you're wondering where we are, I've actually come down to a little place called AO-YON, and this spot is one of mine and Nat's favourites, and indeed Shadow's, because she loves this beach. And it's in the eastern southern part of Phuket, and it's very close to the Cape of Panwa. We're just literally, Cape of Panwa is just over that hill, and I do mean just over that hill, so we're sort of 2 minutes from the Cape of Panwa. So if you're staying in that area, then you've got AO-YON Beach, and a lot of people overlook AO-YON because it's only very small. But if you like the commercialization of Phuket, then perhaps AO-YON's not going to be for you. But if you're looking for somewhere that's a little bit less commercialized, I'm not going to say it's completely not commercialized, because there is a little bit of commercialization, as I will show you now. The last couple of years have seen two fairly large hotels being built. We've got one on the top of the hill there. It's almost finished now. It doesn't have the name up yet, so I don't know what it's going to be called. But just a little bit further down the hill, they've also built some villas. Now, I don't know whether these villas are for sale or whether they're going to be for rent. They're called, well, it's called Villa Phuket. That's the board outside. And then we've got another quite large hotel that's, again, almost finished being built. This has been being built over the last 2 years, and that's just there. So up until 2 years ago, there was virtually nothing here, but unfortunately, slowly, commercialization is creeping in everywhere in Phuket, and I just love these little places, and it's such a shame we're going to eventually we'll lose them. There was a restaurant just over here, but obviously because of the current situation, they were setting it up just as COVID started, so not great timing, and they've got little tents there that you could sit and have some food, and it looked really nice, but unfortunately that looks like that's gone now. Whether it'll come back shortly, I don't know, because there are some remains there still of what they'd got, some things to sit, and you could have a meal and take some pictures. It was a great place for Instagrammers and things like that, if that's your thing. And then we've got, there used to be, I think it was called the Ship Inn, if I remember right on the corner here, which was like a little bit like an old English pub, but obviously a different type of building, but that sort of atmosphere. But unfortunately, again, that has gone, I suppose, because of the climate. And now we have the Cove. Well, the Cove has always been here, and that's accommodation, and that's towards the back, but they've took all of it over. I'm not quite sure what they're going to do at the front. I presume they're going to open it up, maybe again a bar and a restaurant. I'm not quite sure. They do have a restaurant, they've got some nice accommodation there, and they've got a pool and places to sit, but the Cove accommodation is what I would call fairly expensive per night. The last time I looked, it was about 8,000 baht per night. I don't know the prices recently, so it's certainly not what I'd call a budget or wallet friendly place to stay. Obviously, if you're a discerning traveller, you want to spend some money, then there is the cove. I can see some people there working on the computers outside. Nice place to work, I must admit, looking out across this bay. I mean, look at that, what a view. And just in the distance there is Kao Khat, the beach. It's hard to say where Yon and Kao Khat finish, and they sort of blend together. So I guess, me personally, I call this Yon, and that over there, Kao Khat. Now, I'm sure there's somebody going to say, no, there's a restaurant over there called Yon. Yes, you're right, there is. But that doesn't necessarily make that over there Yon. Personally, I think just in the distance is Kao Khat. But the beauty of this area is you've got Yon Beach, and if you can see that bridge just at the bottom there, you can walk over that, around the rocks, and you can actually access that beach over there, which is a lovely beach. And I've just done a blog on the Kao Khat area on my Facebook and Tumblr site, so if you're interested, you haven't seen that already, then go and have a look at that, because there's some lovely restaurants over there. Again, there's a workplace where you can sit right next to the beach, working, coffee shop, restaurant, bars. There's not a massive amount of things to do. It's more of a laid back. If you're looking for a laid back holiday, then these sort of areas are absolutely ideal. You're close enough to go in and pop into Phuket town. You're sort of 15 minutes away from Phuket town, 15 minutes away from Central. So you're not, by staying in this area, you're not going to be a million miles away from places to go and see and things to do. But if you're looking away for getting away from the commercialisation of Phuket, places such as Katang, Karon, Patong, Surin, and there's nothing wrong with those places, I'm not saying there is, but everybody's different. Everybody's looking for something different. So if you're looking for something a little bit more quieter, a bit more relaxed, where you can maybe spend a bit of time around the pool, reading a book, watching, I don't know, maybe YouTube, or whatever you want to do when you're relaxing, then these places are ideal. There are a few shops, as I say, in Kao Khat. Yon itself doesn't really have any shops, because this is it, really. There is one coffee shop, as just behind the cove, there's a little road that runs around and up the hill, and then just on the corner, there is a small coffee shop. I'm pointing over there, and I've got my camera on the wrong way around. Oh well, never mind. So just behind the cove, we've got the one only road that runs through Yon and Kao Khat. So you just follow it around, and just as it before it goes up the hill, there's a lovely little coffee shop there, and that's about it in Yon. So you've not really got a lot of stuff as regards amenities, but you have got Kao Khat, which is, well, I guess if you're on a scooter, in a car, it's a minute or two. If you're walking, there's a fairly steep hill to walk up, so it's going to take you maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or you can, if the tide's out, you could walk around the rocks and just access the shops over there. And they've got massage shops, restaurants, all sorts of things. So I love this area, like I say, because there's plenty of accommodation. It's not overdeveloped, but if you're looking for somewhere to relax, then you can't go far wrong here, to be honest. It's a really nice, relaxing place. I mean, just look at the bay. Just fantastic. Now, of course, people are going to say, oh well, the beach is not as tidy as some of the other beaches around the island, and that's true. It's because this is one of those spots that's not well visited. It's not commercial. It's you tend to find, you get in the evening time, a few Thai families will come down and sit just along the wall there that's running. There's an area where there's some shade and trees, and the Thai families will come down. I'm going to walk back that way now, because we haven't got a lot else down here. There is an access up to, I'm not quite sure whether that's condominiums or a hotel at the top here. There's some accommodation up there, and they have an access down onto the beach via a metal ladder, I guess, like a walkway type thing that comes down, and just under the trees there it comes out. So there's not much else up there apart from the rocks, and you can walk around there. You can walk around the rocks, because I have done before with Shadow, so if you want to go a walk, but of course you've got to keep an eye on the tide, so you have to bear that in mind. but we're going to walk back down here. So as I was saying, in the evening time you find a lot of Thai families. They come down here with the children, and the kids will play in the water, and they'll have some food under the tree, on a beach mat under the trees, and it's just a fantastic time. And that's the same as what we do. We come down here with Shadow. She loves this beach. She'll run around. It's not too busy, so I don't have to keep too much of an eye on her with lots of other people around, because normally there isn't lots of other people around. There's just one or two. It just depends on when you come down. There are some food vendors as well, just down the bottom, so you know, it's only snack stuff, little bits and pieces, but you're going to be able to get something as well. But this would make a perfect place to come for a sort of morning or afternoon, early evening, watch the sunset. As I say, the bar here, that's what we used to do. We used to come to the ship in, and they used to have tables all along there, and me and Nat, we'd have a meal and watch the sunset basically over the bay, and it was just fantastic. But unfortunately that has gone. I don't know whether the cove will be putting a bar back in time. I'm not quite sure, because they've only recently taken it over, because it was empty for a while, which was a bit of a shame. I guess it's just a sign of times. But it's just one of those spots on the island that I absolutely love. As I say, it's very, very quiet. You've probably seen videos. I have done videos of An-Yon Beach in the past. Now there is actually a very nice waterfall in An-Yon, but in recent times it's had a little bit of bad publicity, because it is over the back there in a very secluded spot, to be honest. It's very, very quiet over there, and unfortunately a lady went alone, and unfortunately I don't really want to say exactly what happened. I'm sure if you've heard of An-Yon, this area, you may know what I'm talking about. But there was a very bad incident happened there, and unfortunately she lost her life. So it's had a bit of a bad publicity. I visited the waterfall, and it's a really nice place. I wouldn't recommend ladies go on their own there, because it is very remote and very secluded. If you're going to go and check it out, if you're a female, you need to go with other people. Definitely don't go alone. That's for sure. Obviously if you're in a group, you're going to be a lot more safer. Now Phuket is not known to be a dangerous place, but like anywhere in the world, you have to use your common sense and take precautions. Venturing into very secluded areas by yourself, especially if you're a female, you know, it's a risky business anywhere in the world, so that's worth bearing that in mind. But it's a real shame, because it sort of put a downer on this area, and it's such a shame that one incident has spoilt this area in a way that it's got a bit of a bad image. People think, oh, it's not a safe area, but honestly it is. You know, I've been coming here a very, very long time, and that's the only instance that I've heard of anything bad happening in this area, and it's just a set of unfortunate circumstances that took place at that time, as I say. But as you can see there, that hotel, this is new. I don't think it's yet open. I may be wrong, but I think they're still finishing off. But it's going to be opening soon, and I can see now boats on the beach which never used to be there. I'm guessing that's from the hotel. I'm guessing, you know, commercialization is coming one way or the other, and it's such a shame. But we have some food stuff, and I guess more food vendors will come in time, because of course with the opening of these hotels, it's going to bring more tourists to the area, so more tourists will see more vendors coming here, I guess, in time. There's always been a few, but there seems to be more now than what there used to be. There only used to be one or two vendors, and occasionally you'd see the ice cream guy who'd pass through, and you'd buy like a Thai ice cream off him. And I just used to love coming down here. As I say, you just get away from the mass commercialization. There's nothing wrong with the commercialization, but sometimes you want to get away from it. I think they're all shut at the moment. They sort of open up early evening, because there's more people down here at early evening for watching the sunset. As I mentioned, it's popular with Thai families. You don't get loads, but you get a few down here coming in the evening. It's great for kids to play in the water, because it's very shallow. You can literally walk a long way out before it gets deep. So as I say, it's a real favourite of mine, and I'm just going to walk up here. I'm not going to make this video too long because of my data. I'm nearly out. It's almost finished, but it renews tomorrow, so I thought, what the hell, I'll use it up today and then I'll start afresh tomorrow. And as I've said, I'm really enjoying making the live stuff more than the pre-recorded stuff. I don't know why, I just am. So you're going to see a lot of the live stuff. I will be working on the quality in time. I know it's only broadcast at 7:20. There's not a lot I can do about that just at the minute. But there you go. A sign, Ao-Yon Beach. And then you've got this little bridge you can walk over. And there's a few long-tail boats parked up. Normally when the tide's in, they'll be floating. There's a fisherman there. And then you can walk over this bridge and then just walk around the cove and access Kao Khat Beach as well. So you get two great beaches really. Kao Khat Beach, there's a little bit more going on there. You've got coffee shops on the beach, restaurants on the beach, and in fact I should mention that actually if you access that beach, you're only a few minutes away from the second beach in Kao Khat, because Kao Khat actually has two beaches. So again, that second beach has got restaurants right on the beach, some beautiful accommodation along that stretch of coastline. I've shown it many times on my Facebook group and within my sites, and even on the channel as well. It's been a long time ago, but I want to get round and cover a lot more different areas in Phuket, especially the lesser known areas. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this very short blog. As I say, I'd actually come down to take some pictures to do a blog on. I hadn't intended to come down and do a video, but I just, coming down the coast road here, the view is just phenomenal today, especially with the sun shining. It just inspired me. I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a live broadcast, whether anybody watches it or not. I'm just going to do it because it's just so beautiful today, and I just wanted to show it. So I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. What shall I say? Check out the links down below. I will post them once I get home. Of course, it's live at the minute, so I can't post anything down there. But when I get home, I will do all the links, so check those out. If you haven't checked my social media, then go and check that out. Got a few comments coming up here. Red Devils, is it? It's all right. The sun's very bright. I'm struggling to see the screen, and now they've gone back off again because let me just have a look, see whether I can get these back up. I don't know how it works. Thanks for the live video. Okay, you're welcome. Also prefer more quieter beaches. Well, Ao-Yon, Kao Khat. I will be showing a lot of quieter beaches. I want to cover Koh Siri, which not a lot of people know about. I haven't done any work over there at all. It is actually an island within Phuket, believe it or not. It's actually joined to Phuket by bridges. I think I did mention that on yesterday's live stream, I'm not quite sure. But places like that, and a lot of places on the eastern side of Phuket, which I haven't covered at all. I want to try and get over there and do some coverage of that. So you're going to see a lot of live stuff. As I've said, the quality is not as good as the pre-recorded stuff, but really I'm sort of testing the water with it, seeing how it's been received on YouTube. If the people who watch my channel are liking the live streams, then please give them a thumbs up. Leave me some comments if you want to see more. Tell me what you want to see, and I'm going to do it, because I'm not going to have monetization on all the videos, as I mentioned yesterday. I'm going to have some with monetization, of course, but a lot of them will not be monetized, so it gives me more freedom to cover the things that you want to see. I know you want to see the nightlife, so all that is coming. I'm going to be doing possibly Charon or Kata in the next few days. So keep an eye out for that. I will post and let people know when that's coming up. It'll probably be towards the end of this week when I do. It'll probably be Charon first and then Kata, because Charon's not doing quite as well as Kata. So we'll have a look at night and see what's happening over there for the people that are going to Charon. I know there's a lot of people talking about Charon at the moment, so I'm going to be doing that and Kata. Of course, I'm going to be back in Patong doing a lot more over in Patong. A lot of areas that I haven't shown. Patong's a lot bigger than Beach Road and Bangla Road, that I can assure you on. So there's going to be a lot of coverage from Patong, and really generally all around the island, and that's what these live things are about really. And I'm trying, if they become popular, then I'm definitely going to do something about the quality. I'm going to get it up to 1080 minimum. At the moment I can't. I'm sort of stuck at the minute. I'm sort of waiting to see how they're received, because it's going to cost me money for me to be able to upgrade and get the live stream really better, because I need to change my phone to a 5G phone, so that then I can have 5G access, which will be a lot better quality, a lot faster, will allow me to stream at 1080 and maybe higher than that. I don't know. It's something that I've started to look into the last couple of days. So it really depends on the people that are watching my channel and how these live streams are received. If they're going down well, of course I'm not going to stop my pre-recorded stuff, because again, that's a lot higher quality that I'm recording on my own cameras. So there's going to be a lot of stuff coming your way, so watch out for that. But that just leaves me to say, as always, thank you very much for watching the live stream. I know I've had people watching, which is great, and I will be back very, very shortly. So until then, you take care, have yourself a fantastic day, and I'll catch you on the next one.